Hi, Alicia here. As a body sculptor, one thing I've noticed is that there's a lot of companies that train and they really get crazy with the procedure of how to body sculpt and what this person, but I think it's a lot more important to make sure that they aren't booby trapping your treatment by the way they eat, what they eat afterwards. I am in the process of creating a tip sheet because I have discovered many little steps you can take they lead up to really big changes. So it takes about 21 days to make a habit. So with this, you're looking at just working at one thing at a time, like not drinking your calories. That's a big one. And a lot of people will have a couple of glasses of wine at night and they think, well, it's just wine, I'm winding down, I really didn't eat a big dinner. But that wine can have the same amount of calories as a cupcake, and you would never ever sit down to 2 cupcakes a night before you went to bed. Combine that with the fact that everything you eat after a certain point goes straight to storage. So all this fat that's already accumulated that is really bothering you is also being added to immediately. It's not used for energy. It goes into fat storage because your body knows it's smart. It's smart. It knows you're not going to run a marathon after dinner. So a lot of times people are booby trapping themselves by doing little things. Starting your day off with protein instead of a carb. And by that I mean eggs or a carb-free, sugar-free protein. My favorite protein shakes are Premier protein shakes. I tell people all the time, when I used to be a hairdresser, in all my jobs I needed more energy, so I would buy a Premier protein shake that has 1 gram of carbs and almost 40 grams of protein, which will keep you full. Whereas if you were to start the day with, say, a bowl of cereal, a breakfast sandwich or a muffin, all of those things are going to drop your sugar in about 15 minutes after you eat it. And then you're going to be starving all day. Then you're more than likely going to grab little snacks all day long that are going to keep that blood sugar high and make you hungry. After about 3 days of starting protein-based food. Now notice I said protein-based. I'm not asking anybody to get crazy with their diet and get severe with it and have to go carnivore. The truth is, it's very minor things that make a huge difference with your clients. And if they will just put into practice some of these things. I think in some other posts, in some other videos that I do, I'm going to get more into the lymphatic system and how it really affects us and what I've discovered in doing body sculpting. Because what I've really discovered is that many times our lymphatic systems are completely clogged from head to toe because we are ingesting chemicals in our diet that the molecules are too large to fit out of your lymphatic pathways. We're being blocked right here at all of our pathways. Those toxins are free floating through your system, triggering inflammation, autoimmune, and your body doesn't have a target. It can't fight it off. There's too many toxins in there. So convincing your clients that to at least devote one of those sessions to complete lymphatic drainage. I have seen people who have been to physical therapy for years with their knee, when all it was they were completely clogged behind their knee. When I released that, they didn't have to go back to physical therapy because there was nothing mechanically wrong with their knee. It was blocked. When we become that blocked, our body is toxic. It is inflamed. It is crying out for help. So teaching your clients to get that water, drink it, drench your body in it, flush it out. I tell people they cannot have anything to eat before my sessions because we want the body in a state of wanting. That hunger is a great thing in the morning. So when my clients are telling me they're starving, I'm like, high five, great. Because that means I'm going to make a bigger impact. I am very clear with my clients and I say, if I take you on as a client, I need you to follow these directions. And I get results every single time. Great results. I'm not even having to do barely any work. I do the lipo pads for about 30 minutes. Then I do the handheld cavitation wand for 30 minutes on each side. That's it. An hour and a half. I'm not having to pull out wooden instruments and break this down and beat them to a pulp. I'm not having to do any of that because they're helping me with the work, and the diet and the chemistry is helping me with the work. And we get so many more fat cells. And I always tell my clients, and it's the truth, I wait to eat until they get to eat. So I don't want to hear that you're hungry. I'm hungry too. But I'm willing to make that sacrifice because A, it's intermittent fasting, so that's great for me. But B, I want them to know that it's doable. That I don't want to hear that it's a problem, because if they keep up. Now I have clients that come back a year later and they have not gained 1 inch. And they have not kept any special diet, because fat cavitation works on accumulated fat. So it took a very long time for that fat to accumulate. It will take a very long time for that fat to reaccumulate. So you don't gain it back that fast. So I always advise my clients, really go in on the areas, go in one area and work on that till it's gone. That way they are seeing consistent, major results. Whereas if I was to skip from my butt to their stomach to their arms, they're going to see a difference. I get between 1 and 3 inches every session. That's permanent fat loss gone. And I think that when they see those results, and they see those compounded results of treatment after treatment after treatment, by that 6th treatment, they're like, whoa. Especially my bigger people, they're like, holy cow. After that 30 days, when your skin starts to really catch up, my particular wand has both cavitation and RF on the head. So it does dual. Now you need different, I'll do a video on what kind of gel I use for that, because you do have to use a different gel for that. You've got 2 different technologies working on the same plate, and if you don't do it correctly, you'll hear the sizzle. So anyway, if you have any questions for me about diet concerning body sculpting and your treatments and all of that, let me know. I'm not a perfect sample by any means, because honestly, the last thing I feel like doing is working on me after I've worked on everybody else all day. So I definitely have to work on those things. But I have noticed little changes make a big difference, and they make you not be miserable. We shouldn't be punished because we have weight on us. So anyway, if you want any tips or tricks, just let me know. Bye. Have a good day.